I just want to go ahead and make this very short. I don't know if anybody else is feeling this in the spirit or if anybody else is aware. There is going to be something turned on called CERN in Switzerland. If you live here in the United States, it'll most likely be sometime July 4th is when it gets turned on. In Switzerland, the time will be July 5th. There's a lot going on right now. Supposedly this equipment in Switzerland is supposed to smash particles together, and there's a possibility of it opening up portals to other worlds, as these scientists believe. I'm not really sure exactly what to think about it, but when I think about hearing when people talk about it opening portals, I think about how in the book of Revelation it talks about Satan being cast out of heaven. And I've always heard people say when it comes to the rapture, when they come down, when the red dragon comes down in the attempt to devour as we go up, when it talks about the man-child in Revelation 12, that the child going up would be the church during the rapture, the bride of Christ, and that the dragon is Satan and the Antichrist spirit coming down, seeking who he may devour, which could be those who are left behind. And these are all just theory. This is all just things that I've been thinking about, but it is something to consider. I would suggest that nobody be drinking. Don't be smoking any weed or anything like that. Anything that could honestly impair your judgment or weaken you in any way, shape, or form. Stay in prayer. We don't know what's going to happen. I'm not saying that the rapture will happen because I don't know the day or hour. I don't think anybody could pinpoint it. But there's a lot of things that are happening that make me very, very hopeful that it's soon. If they open this portal, if it's truly what will happen, and evil is unleashed, I think that there's going to be a lot more evil that starts happening here. Another thing that I actually heard was President Biden is supposed to go to Israel July 13th and July 14th, and he'll be meeting with Israeli leaders to affirm the peace and safety for Israel and to affirm the bond between the United States and Israel. And when I heard that, the first thing that I thought of was Daniel 9:27. And I don't know if Biden is the Antichrist. I'm not really watching for the Antichrist. I'm looking for the Christ, which is Jesus Christ. But it would be very suspicious if that would be what would start the tribulation. In the book of 2 Thessalonians, it talks about the restrainer. And when the restrainer is removed, that is when the Antichrist can be unleashed upon the world. Now, again, all in theory, things I'm thinking about. What if they open this portal? Whoever the Antichrist is here physically on the earth, they're just not the Antichrist yet. I believe that the spirit of the Antichrist will be released. Maybe they'll be possessed with it, maybe not. I'm not 100% sure on how that will all go. But if this portal gets opened up and the spirit of the Antichrist has been unleashed, he can't rule, he can't do anything until the church is taken out of the way. Now, if Biden goes and he affirms this peace and security with Israel, what if that begins the tribulation? Because it starts with a covenant for 7 years. If he affirms it, and it's going to be talking about the Iran nuclear deals and everything, that's going to be all back on the table. Maybe that's something that they will include with it. It is something to keep an eye on, it is something to ponder, and it is something to pray about. If the rapture ends up happening, the restrainer would then be removed because we would be with Christ in heaven. And then since the Antichrist spirit is already here from whatever they unleashed through CERN in Switzerland, it can do its thing. Call me crazy. I'm not. It is all something to keep in mind. And right now, the best thing that you can do is stay in God's word. Keep praying. Keep your focus on Jesus. Because there is a storm coming, and I feel it. And I can sense it. And this world is about to experience evil it has never experienced before, and I can feel it. So stay in prayer. Thank you for spending this 6 minutes with me. God bless.